Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Dos Cavazos here. I'm Anthony.
I'm Casey.
And today we're watching episode 2 of Death Note. So the first episode was a interesting introduction for this particular subgenre of anime. It's the darkest anime that we have seen thus far. So the character of Light is interesting because I'm not quite sure if he is a protagonist. I don't know if he's kind of like an anti-hero type of thing. Seems like he has a really dark motive in, trying to take over this world after he kills all the bad people. Oh, his interpretation of who all the bad people are in this world.
It's difficult to tell if he's good or bad. He thinks he's doing good, but in turn he's like doing bad.
Yeah.
But that's to us, our perspective. So it's like, it's weird to put your perspective on someone else who thinks they're doing good. He mentioned like that the bigger criminals he like takes out like with a heart attack or something, and then the other ones he like takes out with disease. And I'm like he's weighing the what crime is worse than the other,
Like the other ones he said it will get like weeded out by disease and things of that nature. Yeah, it's interesting because he said that based off of his judgments, like he's making those calls and he's making those determinations, and like this character, the Shinigami, is a god of death. Who they have this death note that they could write their names of any person on the world and kill them. But they live in a weird world where the other Shinigamis kind of make fun of them for even doing any sort of work, which is a weird concept.
And he dropped it on purpose because he was bored.
Yeah,
and then the kid was like, "I did it because I was bored."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Do y'all not have activity in this world?"
Yeah, y'all have to kill and drop your death note into a different
theme parks
dimension.
Or movie theaters?
Yeah. I'm not sure about the Shinigami. I don't think that they got any movie theaters over there. It looks pretty dim. I think one of the things I'm most interested by is where Light is going to go from here. I think that he is going down a dark path here. I kind of got that same vibe that you kind of mentioned too. I don't know if this is going to be a lesson thing, because it seems like he's maybe gone a little bit past that. But it seems like it could end in a bad situation for Light. Because this god of death, he even said I'll eventually write your name in my death note and take you. So I think he's really just kind of messing with him until he's done with him, and then he'll probably write his name in his death note and kill him too. So kind of scared by that concept. Then again, Light hasn't really displayed a lot of good characteristics to say that he's a good person, besides the fact that he's an honor student. If you want to consider that being him a good person.
Criminals, I guess, but I
ruthlessly.
Don't know. That's still a whole thing in its.
Well, the Shinigami, the fact that he even said that no human's ever written this many names, I was just oh my gosh, you think that it's almost kind of like this vigilante justice type of sense. We talked about it in the last episode too, kind of but I'm gonna take him out on my own terms, kind of like a Batman type of character. But in a lot more different sense, because I'm killing them and I'm writing their names in a book, and I'm actually not having put myself in danger in harm's way. So it kind of dehumanizes it a little bit. It kind of takes him away from killing people. So he might not actually feel the full effect,
because he didn't physically do it.
Yeah, it's not the same as actually physically having to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that'll ever come to light. Wonder if he did see that one person get run over by the truck that he killed.
And it did affect him, because remember they did that little flashback where he was I killed 2 people, but then obviously it didn't
not that much.
Then,
he went on a killing spree.
5 days later he was
he was trying to get his kill streak up. Alright, well, if you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you stay notified for all of our future videos.
We also are a few episodes ahead of Death Note over on our Patreon, so if you don't want to wait and want to watch that right now, the link is down below in the description.
Alright then, Yagami?
Is he writing names in class?
Well then, we'll leave it at that for today.
Why does he remind me of It?
It never end. How do you do this every day? It's so boring here. Are you listening to me?
Don't talk to me. Unlike you, people can still hear me when I talk out loud.
We were just gonna head down.
Sorry, I'm a little busy today.
Aren't you just gonna go home and hang out in your room as usual?
Of course I have something to do. Something very important.
There was more
killing to do.
I have a very small window to write names in this notebook. I only have from when I get home from school until I go to bed. I still need to sleep so I can maintain my average and stay at the top of my class.
What the hell?
Plus, there's all the studying at home and at cram school.
I must kill.
Yeah, he's a killing machine.
How? Autopsy results show that in all of these cases, the victims died of a sudden heart attack.
Investigating.
These are all the different countries, right?
I don't see what else we can learn.
Absolutely. It's supposed to be like the UN, maybe?
Yeah, because they have different flags on their names.
So it's happening all over the world.
No choice but to bring in L.
What's L?
Yeah.
Or Al.
What's this L they're talking about?
We don't know L's real name or whereabouts. In fact, we still don't even know what he looks like. However, he's managed to solve every case he's ever taken on. And he's tackled some of the greatest mysteries this world has ever known. He hides in the shadows.
L is already on the move.
Is that Al?
That man's the only known person who can contact L. Nobody knows his true identity either.
Greetings to
Oh,
all
so
of
it's
you.
like
at
literally a
the
letter
ICPO.
L.
I am L. We're witnessing an atrocious act of mass murder, one that is unforgivable. I require additional cooperation from Japan's National Police Agency.
What? Why Japan in particular?
There's a strong possibility that they're Japanese.
So that were like the first death.
Probably because there's majority.
Because I would imagine he probably started off with like people from Japan,
Yeah.
like locally.
But it doesn't seem to be particularly well hidden. You left the key in the lock.
And that's the whole point.
Hidden in plain sight.
Isn't that just a regular diary?
That's what it is. I'm guessing that once most people find the diary inside my desk, that'll probably satisfy their curiosity. But the real key is this. Then you just insert this.
False bottom.
You see, once the ink reservoir is inserted, it acts as an insulator, preventing the flow of electricity around this circuit. When the fake base of the drawer is put back, this piece of rubber also prevents the flow of electricity. However, if someone were to try and force the bottom of the drawer open, the circuit would connect, and that would ignite the gasoline contained in this thin plastic casing, instantly setting the notebook on fire.
Destroy it.
The way I've got it set up, all the evidence would be completely destroyed.
Dang.
Ryuk, you should check this out.
Huh?
Websites like this are popping up everywhere lately.
The Legend of Kira the Savior. Huh. Sounds pretty cool. Is this about you?
I think they've taken the name Kira from the English word killer. Can't say I'm too happy about that. It looks like that's the name they've decided to give me.
It's just wrong to kill people.
That's what they're bound to say. Of course, that's the correct response to give, right? Humans will always try to maintain appearances when they're in public. That's just how we are. But this is how they really feel. But on the internet, where you can remain anonymous.
At the start of the internet. Not the start, but
Yeah.
early on.
The modern day internet, like what we use it for.
We now take you live to the ICPO. I head up an international police task force which includes all member nations.
L.
I am Lind L. Taylor,
Yeah.
otherwise known
Wasn't that
as
the like
L.
rookie guy?
So this is how it all begins.
But sir, I don't get it. He's never actually
mind.
shown his face before, right? Why would he choose to do it now?
It must mean L's serious about this.
Criminals around the world are being murdered by a serial killer. I consider this crime to be the most atrocious act of murder in history. I will not rest until the person or persons responsible are brought to justice. Kira, I will hunt you down. I will find you.
He seems...
See him write the name.
He'll never find me.
What you're doing right now is evil.
I am justice! I protect the innocent and those who fear evil! I'm the one who will become the god of a new world that everyone desires! All those who would oppose that god, they are the ones who are
Okay.
truly evil! I guess
like
you're
it's not
just
gonna
too
work.
stupid, Elle. This could have been a lot more interesting if you'd only been a bit smarter.
I don't think it's gonna work.
No, it's not.
So he's
This has
gonna
to
have
be
like a.
not the real person. Because he has
Yeah.
to know the face. It's not the real face.
I was like, it's gotta be a decoy. Because that's probably not that person's name, maybe.
No, I think it might be the name, but I just don't think it's the face because he needs the name and the face. Wait.
Or maybe that was still a decoy. Well, okay, maybe we were wrong.
No, he couldn't just be dead.
What's wrong? You got nothing else to say?
I had to test this just in case, but I never thought it would actually happen. Kira, it seems you can
Oh,
kill
this is
people
fake.
without having to be there in person.
Spied
I
on.
wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't just witnessed it.
Oh.
Listen to me, Kira.
It's
If you did
because-
indeed kill Lind L. Taylor, the man who you just saw die on television, I should tell you that he was an inmate whose execution was scheduled for today. That was not me.
What?
The police arrested him in absolute secrecy, so you wouldn't have heard about him on TV or through the internet. It appears that not even you have access to information about these types of criminals.
He got you there.
But I assure you, L is real. I do exist. Now, try to kill me.
You bastard.
No, if he could have, he would have. He thought he did.
Amazing.
Do it, Kira! Someone stop this!
Can't you do it?
Don't know your name
Gotta
either.
know the name.
So there are some people you can't kill. You've given me a useful hint.
Although this was announced as a worldwide broadcast, the truth is, we are
Oh,
only
that's why.
broadcasting in
Narrowed
the
it down.
Kanto region of Japan. I had planned to broadcast this message around the world until we found you, but it looks like that won't be necessary. You are in Japan, and your first victim was little more than an experiment, which means that you haven't been killing for very long. It won't be too long now before I am able to sentence you to death. Naturally, I'm very interested to know how you're able to commit these murders without being present.
You can answer all of my questions when I catch you.
Dang. Interesting.
He's a badass. You like friggin' Sherlock Holmes him.
He's going to sentence me to death? Sounds interesting. I accept your challenge, El.
Each of them has to hunt down the other without knowing the other's name or face. So much fun.
I will hunt you down wherever you're hiding, and I will eliminate you. I am justice.
Oh shit.
Interesting. Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
There we go again.
So I think maybe this L character might be our protagonist, or maybe the good guy. I don't know.
Maybe. It's difficult to tell because like he started off good, but then he was like, "I want to kill you." It's like, why is the ultimate justice in this world killing?
Yeah. They did say kill.
Yeah, I was like, "I want to sentence you to death." And then he was like I'm doing justice. So it's like he's like almost paralleling him, but like in a different way.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to tell who's the good and who's the bad.
L is smart as shit. Like, I will say that. He really figured it all out there. With like the whole aspect of like that original first death, murder, actually just taking place. I guess they were broadcasting it just locally, so that's why he would have known. That's why the person knew about it. Man, he, like what I said during the episode too, he Sherlock Holmes the shit out of him right there. But it was really cool to see. It's going to be interesting to see, like, you know, when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object type of thing. I feel like this is kind of the situation. Ayuk, I think that's his name. He mentioned it, you know, it's going to be a battle to see it, like, you know, who finds out the other person first, who reveals themselves first is going to be the ultimate winner here. But this just all seems like a game that he just enjoys watching. He honestly reminds me a lot of the character Pennywise from It.
I think so. He's just getting a kick out of like, look what I did. Like, cool, what's happening? You know? And like, I don't know. It's just, it's completely different than anything I've ever seen. It's an interesting story. Definitely different from our other two animes that we've done in the past.
Dark, but really good. All right, well, if you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you can stay notified for all our future videos.
And also, we are a few episodes ahead over on our Patreon, and the link is down below in the description. Okay, we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.